Let's start off with something different. Normally, we start off with the NHL. We start off with the NBA. Let's start off with some soccer. Some Champions League final.
I mean, it's Champions League final. Obviously, you got to start off with it. The biggest game of the season, other than World Cup.
Yeah. So the Champions League happened on Saturday. It was between Inter Milan and Manchester City, and we previous on the previous episode we said City got this easily.
And
3-0 by me was the prediction. 2-0 was by
I was
you.
like 2-0.
But
Yeah.
more so like it was gonna be like City dominated. It was gonna be like a boring match. It was okay still, but City did win 1-0, so they did complete the treble, which sucks as a United fan. But the game wasn't like City dominating.
Inter was the better team,
Yeah.
and there's no arguments about it.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no arguments about it.
there were moments for sure where City had, but I wouldn't say like you said they weren't definitely like how Man City was against Arsenal during the year type of thing. Like when we saw when they needed to win, they came out and just put their name on that field. This game, like I said, it was similar to the FA Cup final, except for the 13-second goal. It was like the same nonchalant City performance. Like Erling Haaland didn't do much again.
Yeah, he was quiet.
The key thing was Kevin De Bruyne got injured like 30 minutes in, and
Yeah,
that,
he
that
got.
obviously hurt their playmaking a bit. But you want to start off with let's start off with Inter actually.
You want to go Inter?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Inter then.
Like you said, Inter Milan should have won it. They had the chances.
They had the
Early
better
on.
chances.
They had the better chances. I want to say they had like a clear cut in the first half, like a clear cut chance.
First half, I don't think really anyone had. Maybe
nothing,
City
nothing
had.
clear cut.
Maybe City had probably one or two where Onana had to make some saves, but Inter didn't have any clear cut
Um,
in the first half.
their question was we already knew Lautaro Martinez was gonna start. Obviously, I know you have some thoughts on that.
With Dzeko up
But
top.
the question was with Dzeko or with Romelu Lukaku, and they ended up going with Dzeko, and so it wasn't surprising. But they did well. They held the midfield. Inzaghi, the manager, had a good game plan. Held City. They obviously couldn't press much because Onana's actually good with his feet, unlike De Gea when they played in the FA Cup final.
His composure is mad, bro.
Yeah,
That's actually like he's not. You know when goalies get it and they just play it out to the sidelines right away. He's playing passes like
in the middle.
through the forward line of City
Yeah.
into the center mids.
Yeah, and then like they had the chances later on second half as well. They made the changes. Obviously, the game slightly changed when De Bruyne got out, and they didn't have like De Bruyne. Obviously,
I would disagree. I feel like it was the same really. They did still have more possession, but they didn't really do much with it.
yeah,
And it's not like De Bruyne was like making a
but
difference
he would have been
himself.
like more of an impact still.
But he wasn't really making a difference himself
But
when he was on the pitch.
anyways, just sticking back to Inter, it was just like when Lukaku came on, and the chances weren't there. Like they couldn't. The final ball wasn't there.
It wasn't there, and I feel like it wasn't there for both teams.
Yeah, like with the interest in this case, like when they were trying to play that ball long or across or whatever, it would get blocked by one of like the City center backs, like a Kanji. John Stones had a massive game in that regard.
Yeah, we'll
and
get on to
breaking up
that
play.
later.
And like just on the defensive side of things, he was breaking up play well with the Kanji and them. And it's just like Lukaku. We thought we're like, all right, let's go, right? Like we were rooting for him, you know.
Obviously, because we're rooting for Inter as well.
Yeah, and he put up a stinker. Lautaro Martinez didn't play well either.
He was the worst player on the pitch, by far. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Lautaro just getting rid of the ball. He had that one chance where could have played it across, but the angle was too tight and he shot it, and Ederson made an easy save. No, Lautaro Martinez really fell off in the World Cup, and yeah, maybe didn't watch Inter much after the World Cup. Maybe he played well, maybe he didn't, but
On the big games,
World
he
Cup,
hasn't.
absolute dud.
He got
Champions League
benched
final,
for Alvarez.
absolute dud.
Yeah. Aside from that, I think like DeMarco should have been better when crossing the ball, and same with Dumfries in a way.
But those two were really good though. Like they really had themselves a game. Their wing backs were really good.
Yeah.
Obviously crosses should be a little bit better, but DeMarco was really a threat on that left side.
Yeah.
He also had that chance where he hit the crossbar and then the rebound hit Lukaku. And then Dumfries was doing his job. He was getting up the pitch well. Yeah, crosses maybe could have been a little bit better, but there were some decent balls put in where
Yeah.
the runs were not made.
When Rodri scored his goal and we thought like, okay, yeah, in our heads was like over, which obviously in hindsight it became over, but it wasn't like they went back down. Like I said, Lukaku had the chance. It was a scramble, then he ended up blocking it. I'm not gonna say he put his foot out or anything. It was just headed
This
towards him,
incredible defending by Romelu
but
Lukaku.
it was headed towards him, and it's fine. Whatever. The next play though, he should have scored. Like Ederson made a miraculous save. I don't know if it was just like instinctual, and at the same time it wasn't like Lukaku had the whole net. He could have easily buried that. Obviously, the one initial to that block, the Lukaku block was like the rainbow header that hit the
Yeah, that was a
crossbar.
DeMarco. So
Yeah.
DeMarco did the rainbow header.
Obviously, I don't think it should have been like a rainbow. It should have been like a liner.
Yeah, but like
But
off the crossbar, he was trying to chip, dink it over Edison.
yeah.
And then gets the rebound back, and then hits Lukaku.
And then before we transition over to City, last thing was they had the last minute corner kick to at least tie it to force extras, and obviously Ederson came up clutch again.
Yeah. Another thing was Andre Onana was absolutely incredible, right? He made some big saves. There was this one on Haaland was it Silva? Remember the one? It was
Yeah.
like near the end where they let
Yeah, it could
inner
have been
defense
2-0.
that.
Yeah, it could have been 2-0.
No, it was Foden. It was Foden.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
have
and
been
then it
2-0.
could have been 2-0. Onana made a big save. Like we mentioned, his footwork, man. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That composure.
he's available. I think he
That
might be available
composure.
for transfer.
Yeah,
so,
he's also Prison FC too.
yeah.
But another thing was Lukaku. He did it again, right? Because in the World Cup he did
Belgium,
against
same
Croatia,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
So Lukaku lost the World Cup game. He lost the UCL final. He also might lose Megan Thee Stallion after the game.
Everybody was pumped. Like Chelsea fans were pumped when they found out. Oh yeah, he begged Megan Thee Stallion, and he's gonna come back to Chelsea. Obviously, well, on paper he's coming back to Chelsea, and he'll be nuts for them. But obviously, who knows? I don't know how true their relationship is, but we don't need to get into that for sure. But yeah, he's 0 for 3 in this sense this
He
year.
might be over 3. Megan Thee Stallion still with him.
Well, I saw rumors that she's unfollowed him, but I don't know how true that is. If just a meme or not.
Imagine, that
but,
would be jokes.
but yeah, no. Let's move over to Man City. I guess man of the match for me was Ederson, like we said.
Yeah, there were 3 for me.
Yeah, name yours.
Ederson obviously won.
Yeah.
Big saves. John Stones and Rodri.
I also have Bernardo Silva added.
You did?
Yeah,
I-
I felt like Bernardo Silva on the wing was incredible.
Actually?
He was. I felt like he was that main attacking. Well, not I want to say the main attacking piece, but
He was the only one that's threatening.
yeah, he was the most threatening in my opinion out of the both wingers. And he was going at him, getting crosses in and stuff. But going back to Ederson, like I said, he easily could have been like 2-1 down, 1-1 going into extras, and we don't know what could have happened.
It should have been 1-1 at least.
Yeah, for sure. That at least that Lukaku save he made should have made it 1-1 for sure. Like there was no debate about it. John Stones though,
Absolute masterclass.
dude, when
by
he first
Stones.
came, he was like struggling with City, and then all of a sudden he's killing it.
And now this was CDM Stones as well.
Yeah, because of the
Making those runs with the ball. Obviously, him and Rodri were like just bossing the midfield a little bit, Because in the first half, they weren't really connecting passes well either. Like they could have easily countered so many times,
Yeah.
but then Stones and Rodri were always interrupting them. So obviously Rodri with the goal, that's why I
that
had
was
to
a
put him in there.
banger goal.
Great finish, absolute bullet.
outside of a curler on two
Yeah,
guys.
curler around 2 guys into the bottom corner, and it was a bullet. Like Nana wasn't moving, and even if you blocked that, that was a stinker. That would have stung.
Yeah,
Bad.
which is, I mean, yeah, it was just perfect placement. On obviously you can't blame Anana too much on that. It was like their main chance outside of the Foden one late.
And then probably one in the early
Yeah,
in the game.
it sucks because, listen, like obviously as a Man United fan, you go on Twitter, everybody's like, oh yeah, you spent 200 million or 300 million on this squad or whatever the case may
Bro,
be.
it was like 1.2 billion.
Yeah, and then it was. You see all those memes because they were comparing it to the '99 treble, and then obviously the Man United fans are like, "Oh yeah, well this, because like more of an academy team or players, like homegrown players," which is fine and all. I get it, but that's just
the
being in
game now.
denial.
It's the
just,
game now.
Yeah, we can't be in denial. At the end of the day, yes, I'm a United fan,
Unless it's clear cut, they broke the rules.
which supposedly they did with the
supposedly did it, right?
They do have 115 charges again. I don't know the details too much of that, so I'm not gonna get into it.
But like, if that comes out, obviously they know where they get punished. Then it's a different story.
Yeah, but no.
As of now, you gotta give them their flowers.